Hello, fellow traders. Nutty Bar Trading coming to you on a Saturday morning, May 27th. And this is today's video. We're going to be reviewing my weekly trades. This is going to be the weekly summary report for week number 4. So yeah, if you're new here, created this channel about 6 weeks ago to journal my trading journey. And yeah, I'm trading 20 funded Apex accounts, the 50K size. So that's something that you enjoy, want to follow along, I would appreciate it. Subscribe, hit that like button. But yeah, for my channel, it is very important to me that I'm fully transparent with you guys. So you're going to see all my trades live every day. I stream live every day. And I will also do a summary report at the end of every day, reviewing my profit and loss for the day. And I'll also do these videos where I do the weekly summary report. For the weekly, I use TRADEZELLA to review the last week's trades. And yeah, just a little bit more in depth on how the week went. And if I'm trading or if I'm changing anything, I'll also go over that in this video. So let's just dive right in. Also, before we do that, just wanted to say thank you to everyone that subscribed recently. I've just been blown away. I think it was Thursday afternoon and in the live stream, we got to 500 subscribers, which was amazing. And as of this morning of me recording this, we're at 607 subscribers. So 107 subscribers in less than 36 hours, which is amazing to me. Maybe not for some, but to me it is. And I just really appreciate everyone and just want to say thank you. Also just want to say thank you to everyone that's used my code for Apex and getting that 80% discount. It has really supported this channel and helped me, and it's just been amazing. And I don't know what to say other than just thank you. Thank you for supporting me. I do want to mention Apex, that sale, the 80% discount sale does end on Wednesday, May 31st. So if you are planning and need more accounts for whatever reason, hopefully you don't. Hopefully you pass all your evals and you don't need any more. That's my hope. But if you do, I wanted to make sure I mentioned that sale is ending here in about 5 days. So get them while you can. All right, let's just jump right in here and get started. Okay, so if you're new, this is the TRADEZELLA dashboard. And yeah, I really like TRADEZELLA, what you can do with it and just the appearance. It's easy to see. And if you're new here, we obviously started this, right here is when we started the funded account journey where we basically got all 20 accounts funded. Also, I do trade all the 20 accounts using a trade copier. So all of them are linked together. And I might do a video here in the near future of how the trade copier works. I do get asked about that a lot, so I might do a video just explaining that in a little bit more detail. But yeah, and you can go back and look at last week's weekly summary report. I kind of go over how when I started trading the funded accounts, I kind of changed my strategy a little bit, and I was trying to be a perfect trader. And I wasn't good at taking losses. I had a fear of losing, and we were just in a rut. I couldn't make a trade. It seemed like the beginning of this journey, every single trade I took, it just immediately went against me. And that can be so mentally draining when that starts happening. And yeah, we had a rough patch, and then just to compound matters, make it even worse, right here, I did some revenge trading and I went on tilt. And during this time, I also did some trading off stream, and I would obviously update everyone on how the trading went off stream. But I feel like part of the reason that I went on tilt was because I was off stream. So after this day, we made a new rule that I made a new rule that no more trading off stream. Every single trade will be done on stream. And we have followed that rule since then. Obviously, we had a really bad day here on May 8th. In hindsight, it was a bad decision by me. On that day, I scaled up my positions and I took 5 trades. The entries and the trades were valid. It was just one of those days. Every single trade I took went against me. And what can you do? So, and it was also a combination of having, like, through this journey in the beginning, I had my stops really tight. And I was basically trying to be a perfect trader by having a perfect entry and a really tight stop loss. And it's not how I trade. So finally, last Friday, I made the decision, okay, we're done. I'm going back and trading the way I trade. We are going to do what I am comfortable with. I'm going to trade like I traded my evaluation accounts. And that is trading price action. Here, I had basically just traded one strategy and one strategy only with a very precise entry point. And for some people that works. I mean, I'm not saying that's bad, but for me, didn't work. So yeah, last Friday we changed our strategy, opened our playbook a little bit more, and I am just looking to trade price action. And yeah, I feel so much more comfortable. It's been amazing how much more at ease I am. And also, last week, it was me coming to the realization that I really need to work on my fear of losing. And it's, I really was trying to search and find out, how do you get over a fear of losing? And I've came to the conclusion that there's no magic button for that. There isn't. The only way to overcome your fear of losing is to push through it. You have to mentally prepare yourself and talk yourself through it, but you just have to push through it. So that's what we're doing. I'm not cured. I'm not cured of a fear of losing. And we had a couple times this week where it came up. I was too impatient, but I feel like I got better, and I do feel way more comfortable with my trading. So yeah, that's kind of the spiel for the week. Now, before we dive into each day, I'm just going to show you my playbook and kind of how that works with TRADEZELLA and what I like about it. So here in this playbook it's called a playbook. I call it a strategy for me, but it's fine. So pullback entry, that has its own specific, basically we're in a trend and then we pull back maybe to the 14 or 21 EMA, and then I enter for a continuation trade in that direction, in that trading with the trend. Reversal trade is, basically you're finding the top of a range. You see weakness, you see, whatever you see. But again, it's me following price action. All of these strategies are based purely on price action, but they're a combination. If I start to see weakness in the top of a channel or a range, then I'll take the trade. Then we have a momentum trade. Obviously, that's just a breakout. And it can be after a news event or something like that, where basically you see a lot of volume and some really heavy movement, bullish or bearish movement on the ES. So then we have a breakout trade. We're basically just breaking out of a prior channel, breaking out of prior support or resistance. Gap fill is when the day, we gap up and then a gap fill to the downside, and then we also have a gap fill to the upside. Then we have an intuition trade. This is so also just full disclosure on these playbooks or strategies. I also enter trades that I don't want to take, trades that I am not trying to take and I don't like taking. And it's not in my rules to take, but I put them in here because sometimes rules are broken. And I do want to track when I take these types of trades that I shouldn't, so I can see visually how bad of an idea that it is. So intuition trade is where basically I'm just, hey, I have a feeling the stock is going up, or ES or the futures, whatever, is going up or down. And also on tilt, then we have a revenge trade. That's that one huge trade. I classified that. But also, I only started classing, or I didn't go back since all of my accounts that class my trades. I've only started doing it this past week and a week before. So not all my trades are in and classed in this playbook. So it makes sense. And then gap fill down, like I said. Then we have the technical trade where we basically, hey, maybe we see a double top or whatever it may be. So anyway, so here at a glance, you can see, and this is what I like about the playbook, where pullback entry, if I click on that, I can see, oh, okay, this is my history with this type of entry, with this type of strategy. And you can do that for every one of your strategies. You can create, you basically create playbook and you go through here. I'm not going to go in depth about that, but you can create your own strategies. And I really like that about TRADEZELLA. But anyway, just wanted to show that. Now going back to the dashboard, and we are only going to look at this week. So finally, we have a week where it looks a little healthier, and I like it. So yeah, this week, so right here, the Zella score, it basically gives you where, if you reach all the way out to this triangle, that means it's great. Obviously, I can improve on my average win-loss. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, we had $2,956 total in profit last week. Obviously, that is across 20 accounts. Also, I wanted to point out something. Someone was asking this question in chat. So you can see here, okay, so I'm trading 20 accounts, and all 20 accounts are linked together. And if you look here on Monday, you can see it says 3 trades. And if I click on Monday, I can see all 3 of these trades. So when I export out of NinjaTrader and import it into TRADEZELLA, even though there's 20 accounts that were traded, it will take those 20 accounts in TRADEZELLA and it looks at that as one trade. Basically, it looks at it as one trade of 20 contracts. And it's micro contracts. Also, just to clarify, I trade micros on this account. That should be pretty obvious, but just to clarify. So hopefully that makes sense. It's not like if I make one trade, for example, in NinjaTrader, if I make one trade, it then shows it as 20 trades because it did it across 20 accounts. In TRADEZELLA, it looks at it as one trade with 20 contracts. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, but going through, this week, trade expectancy is great. Profit factor is great. Win percentage is great. Average win-loss trade, this is definitely where I can improve. And part of that is because of my trailing stop. And this trailing stop is something that I've really been on my mind recently. And I am thinking of changing some things. I haven't really decided yet. As of now, I don't think I'm going to make any changes. But basically, right now, my strategy, my ATM strategy is I trade 2 micro contracts, and I have a stop loss around 8 to 10 ticks, which there is a little bit of, I have some freedom on moving that stop loss. Obviously, I want to have it below support or resistance. So I do change that a little bit. And then my profit target is usually around 10 ticks. And once I hit 10 ticks and I get that initial profit target, then I move my stop up to break even. And the goal is, I move my stop up to break even. And then my hope is that I can get a runner going. And I move my profit target and I just keep moving it until I find really heavy support or resistance where I might, be okay with, I'm just going to take my profit here. But basically then I start trailing my stop. Well, so far we have had some success, but just way too many times I hit that initial profit target of 10 ticks, move my stop up to break even, boom, I get stopped out on my runner for break even. And basically, and I should clarify, it's actually not break even, it's break even plus 1. And what that does is every time that happens, it looks at that trade as a 1 tick profit. And now instead of having a 10 tick profit and a risk reward of 1-to-1, I'm basically at, a 5 tick profit versus my loss is then, at 10 ticks. So it really messes with my average win loss. And it makes a big difference. It really does. So I am contemplating doing away with it and just taking my full profit at 10 ticks and looking for another entry. I'm considering it, but I haven't made a decision yet. For sure, we're going to keep going the way we are. Okay, I'm already running late. I knew this would happen. Bear with me. I'm going to quickly go through the week, and maybe I'll pick one week where I can show a little bit how TRADEZELLA will show your trades. Let's get started. Okay, so for Monday, you can see we had our first trade was a winner. Then we had followed that up with a loss, and then we recovered with a nice win. If I look at my notes, I'm just going to read off my notes of each day, and you can kind of see my mindset for each day. Great day, reading the market well and taking trades, but also being patient. And that's kind of sums it up how I felt this whole week. I didn't take any trades on Tuesday, just didn't have any good setups. And that's okay. Don't need to trade every day. Wednesday, started the day off with a win. Then started the day off with kind of my max loss, and then followed up with 2 more wins. If I look at my notes, a good day overall. Started out the day with a good short trade on ES, but I panicked out early because of price action on NQ. And I just have a note to stay focused only on the price action on what I am trading. I remember that day, I had a really good entry on a short on ES, and I was a little bit too distracted with NQ. NQ is making new highs, and I panicked out of that trade, and I should have let it run. It would have been a really nice trade with a really nice runner, and I panicked out. It took some just basically small profit, but yeah, I just something of note. And then my second note was really patient over the lunch hour and into the afternoon session, and got a move late in the day. Entered on a pullback on my second trade and got stopped out, but re-entered again twice for 2 nice trades. I remember that too. Basically entered on a pullback and I got stopped out, but I re-entered when the move basically became valid again. And I re-entered again and ended up having 2 really nice trades that at the end of that to Wednesday's session. So I was very happy with that. And moving on to Thursday, Had three trades, basically one break even. If I look at my notes, it was okay day. My first trade, I was impatient and cut my trade at break even for no reason. I do remember that. That was a day where I was, mentally, I entered the trade and it was for a long. Actually, let's just see if we can look at it. Maybe we'll use this as an example of what it looks like for TRADEZELLA. Basically, if you open it, you can see your running P&L, and you can also see your entries and your exits. And this is kind of what I wanted to show. So I entered on a pullback, and I entered at the top here. Actually, about here is where I entered. One thing I wish they would change on TRADEZELLA, I wish I could change so that I could do a tick chart, because that's what I see when I'm entering and exiting trades. And it would make a little bit more sense if I could, basically, if you guys could also see what I see when I am trading. It's a little bit hard to show exactly my entry here, but I entered here, and you can see on my running P&L, started off in the red, just went against me right away. Then I was in the green. Then I went back in the red, and it was a pretty lengthy trade for me. And I was impatient. I kept thinking, I'm going to get stopped out. I'm going to get stopped out. And it's that fear of losing and overcoming that. And like I said, we're working on it. We're not there yet. But it is that mental hurdle that I'm trying to get over. And then it made a move up to one tick away from my profit target, my first profit target. And then it just snapped right back. And when it snapped back, I panicked out and just got out. Which, as you can see, it basically snapped back. I got out, panicked out, and then look at this nice move up. So, yeah, it's stuff like that I really need to work on, and there's room for improvement. But just to show here on Playbooks, this is where I pick my playbook, and I can check which basic criteria happened. And, here stopped out at break even. And yeah, it will basically show me what I did and didn't do. Hopefully that makes sense. Oops. All right, moving on to, I think we were on Thursday. So yeah, then I followed up with two nice trades after that. So I was very happy that I didn't let that. And you can see here the trade I took when that happened was 10.50. And I really try when I'm impatient and I'm frustrated with myself, I just don't trade. I just really try not to enter a trade. And you can see I waited about an hour and 10 minutes, and then we did enter a trade, and we followed, ended up having a nice day. But again, could have been better. It always can be better, right? Then wrapping up the week, two okay trades, wasn't anything huge, but I'm going to go into detail here on Friday a little bit more. But yeah, I had a frustrated morning. So Friday was a really big move in the market, especially on NASDAQ. We had like a 400 point rally. And I had told myself before market that I'm not yet ready to trade NQ. And I was kind of frustrated with myself for making that decision, because I did stick with it, and I'm glad I did. But man, the NQ on Friday had such a nice setup for a long and a nice runner that you seldom see. But hey, it is what it is, and hindsight is always 2020. So yeah, I need to wrap up this video. It's going way too long. I apologize. But that wraps up the week. Again, happy with the week. Hopefully we can continue this. Again, obviously I won't be trading Monday, but hopefully we can finish out the month and just continue this momentum. Again, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for your subscriptions, your support. I really appreciate it. And yeah, hope you all have a great weekend. Be safe. And yeah, have a great weekend, and we'll catch you Tuesday, hopefully. Take care.